I think the most important thing for educators, for family members, for caring adults in an adolescent's life is to be there for them, to listen to them, to understand what their struggles are, and to help them navigate some of these difficult situations in conversations they're going to have with peers and others in their life. The most important thing is to be available and to be able to direct them into healthier ways to cope with stress, healthier ways to make friends, healthier environments to work, study, and live in.
My primary message for adolescents is that just because it's legal in Michigan now doesn't mean that it's safe, especially not for your developing brain. Many adolescents have been at least trying marijuana, and so it needs to be a conversation that's happening, and it needs to be an open, honest conversation without a whole lot of judgment, so that your teens will be honest with you and so that you can reduce their harm long term.
And because we've had this kind of normalization of the use of marijuana and the fact that it is less likely to cause addiction and those negative consequences of having that disease, we still see some of the problems that exist otherwise. So the delayed reflexes, the difficulty driving, the increased risk for car accidents, the decreased ability to focus and concentrate on school, on work. And what we don't know, because we haven't had this exposure before in the past, is what that looks like 10, 15, 20, 40 years from now to those brains, to those current adolescents. And it's very different than the THC that was available in the 50s and 60s. The amount of active THC in marijuana today is 10 to 20 times higher than what was in marijuana in the 50s and 60s.
I really appreciate schools that look at the idea of, hey, there's a suspension, because that's what policy is, and if you seek after some assessment, some treatment, we'll reduce that. It's a great external motivator to get people into treatment.
We want to be mindful that if we have too severe or black and white policies and procedures around substance use, we may actually deter adolescents from having those open, honest conversations that we want to foster so that we can help them with developing their good judgment, their good skills, because we know that an adolescent brain it just isn't physically developed enough to have the capacity to make those decisions. They may be looking for validation that not doing it is okay. They also may be looking to you for help. They may have tried something or been scared by something that they've seen at a party or with peers, or even scared of something that they've done themselves. So allowing them that space to process those emotions and to be a safe person for them to reach out to should they need help is the most important thing that we can do for our adolescents.
Anyone who can have that one-on-one mentorship with the teen to know what their goals and aspirations are and really help be that positive role model towards having a nice productive life without needing to use any substances is incredibly valuable.
Despite the normalization of marijuana, we know that it has negative effects on the brain and physical health beyond the brain for a developing child. So what we want to be sure of is we want to be sure that in children who do use or in children who are experimenting, that we allow them to also have a safe place to come to process those thoughts, feelings, and emotions.
Any individual in a teenager's life, being that the parent, school, anyone in the community, who can be present to create a kind, safe, open, non-judgmental environment towards that adolescence experience is so important and is going to be the most influential to help build them up to have a fabulous life.